Live from Casa de Clark in beautiful Independence, Iowa, it's Unemployed with your host, Matt Clark. Promotional consideration for this episode provided by the new Samsung Galaxy S7. This time, folks, we're not exploding. Seriously, no more explosions. Really, it's the truth. Trust me, don't explode. Now here's your host, the ever-lovable Matthew Clark.
Calm down. Everybody calm down. You're not with me. With me. Calm down. Calm down. Greetings, Internet, YouTube. Children, it's I, your unemployed superhero. Max the Wonder Dog, the JP100D over the shoulder, the mighty Thunder God ESP on the other shoulder. Coming to you live from Casa de Clark on a chilly Wednesday afternoon, about 1 o'clock on the 7th of December. It is a chilly, colder than fuck. Have you ever heard that term, hell freezes over? It's not that bad. It's in the 20s right now. And I doubt it's going to get much warmer. It's I, your unemployed superhero, Matthew Clark, coming to you from Casa de Clark. I'm going to say it's day 59-ish. I don't know. I stopped counting because it's depressing. Tomorrow is the first Thursday of December. I was fired on the first Thursday of October, so I'm going to call tomorrow my 2-month anniversary of unemployment. Yeah, I know, you're all broken up about it. So there, little house cleaning stuff. When we start the video off today, I'm going to do a little bit of house cleaning. It's been a crazy week. I lost a Monday. Helping my sister, which I don't regret, by the way. It's just there was no video Monday. There's probably going to be no video tomorrow because I'll be in Waterloo helping my dad all day. I know you're disappointed there too. I know. Calm down. Try and find another reason to live. So tomorrow might be sketchy on videos. So today is officially going to be cartoon I want to have a three-way with Wednesday, which is a difference because it's not Tuesday. But we'll get to that here in a little bit. I want to start off with some house cleaning, like I said. Number one, over the weekend, I hit 2,000 views for my channel, which stuns me. I don't know where that came from. All the people out there that are watching these videos since I started making them have been a blessing. I never intended to get, I never really had a goal for views. I originally started this channel, not these videos, but this whole channel, as just a something to occupy my time, some place to put some of the stupid music I've written up for people I worked with to hear, if anybody else wanted to hear. I've gotten more views on those than I thought I'd ever get. This series of videos of me being unemployed has gotten more views than I thought I would ever get. I got 12 subscribers, not 2,000 subscribers, but 12 subscribers and 2,000 views. And I'd like to thank all my subscribers. Again, never thought I'd have many subscribers either. Yeah, just unexpected that I did what I did. Thank everybody who watched, everybody who contacted me, who's interacted with me, watched these videos. I'd like to thank all of you. Hopefully it's helped some people that or have a little bit of depression, a little bit of anxiety. It's helped some people out. It's helped me out, so I thank all you folks for helping me out. Keeping my hands busy. Don't go there. Let's see what else. I actually got some emails from some people a few videos ago. I I mentioned having a list, and as days go by, how enticing it is to consider going on a soul crushing, mind altering, blood soaked murder spree based on my list. Um, Most of that was a joke. Most of it was a joke. Um, it was a joke. And I have no intentions of any time in the future going on a soul crushing, mind altering, blood soaked murder spree. Um, since we're here, a few reasons why. One, prison. Granted, it is 3 squares and a cot with cable, which, as I stay unemployed, becomes quite, enticing in a way. Um, it's the whole idea of gang rape, I'm a sexy guy. I know. Look at me. Look at this. Oh, yeah. I know I am. You don't have to tell me. What hardened, multiple murder criminal wouldn't want a piece of this? I mean, come on. And I play hard to get, too, so. Um, so, yeah, that whole gang rape thing kind of. And my luck, too, I get put in a federal prison where Iowa prisons are one thing, but to be tried federally where they have a death penalty, which is probably what would happen. I go to a death penalty thing. But I wonder if I did some cannibalism during the soul crushing, mind altering, blood soaked murder spree. If I did a little cannibalism, if that would get me off for being crazy, like a Hannibal Lecter thing. Something to think about. But that's one reason. Second reason, when you actually set off to do, a soul crushing, mind altering, blood soaked murder spree, that's a lot of work. It really is. I mean, and I'm mostly lazy, like everybody else. A lot of planning. May have to get a copy of Microsoft Project, just to keep everything straight. Just a lot of work, really. I mean, you got to stalk your victims, and you got to decide: am I gonna brutally dismember them in their home, or do I want to bring them to my house and do it? And like in the basement, go in the basement for your soul crushing, mind altering murder spree to begin. Which I wouldn't recommend because they got that. I watched the CSI, and the NCIS. They got that stuff they can spray on your floor with like a black light, and it'll show like blood from like 3,000 years ago, like in your concrete, and like your semen from after you masturbate on the body afterwards, because you just get that rush of joy, from freshly dismembering the bodies. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wipe one out. Anyway, my point is they can pick all that up. That's my point. And I'm just envisioning. Anyway, they'll pick all that up, and so you don't want to bring them back to your place, because then you got evidence in your house. They got a search warrant. They're right in. If you're going to do it at their house, which would I recommend doing, you got to do a lot of stalking. You know what I'm saying? You got to follow them home from work. You got to figure out their rhythm of their day when they go to bed. You got to find a window, and you got to leer. You got to do a lot of leering through a window and you got to do it from like where their garbage is. I'm not sure why, but I'm pretty sure that's part of it. You got to like stand on their garbage, by their trash cans, and leer through a window at them. And it's a lot of. I got a bad back, first of all, all that standing. It's colder than shit outside right now. There's snow on the ground, for Christ's sake. I'm going to stand in a snowbank next to your trash cans with a bad back, leering in your window. And, my feet aren't the greatest. I got to find some comfortable shoes. Those are expensive. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some Nikes, maybe some Jordans when you're going to go, you're going to leer. You want to get some Jordans on your feet there, maybe some boots, some Uggs. Those are expensive, And all that standing, because you can't bring a chair when you're going to leer, through a window. You can't bring a chair with you. I mean, because you got to stay, you got to be evasive, When they stare out the window at you, you got to be like, evasive, And I don't care what anybody says. There's never been a person in history that's been evasive in a chair. It just doesn't work. Look at me. I'm not evasive now. I'm in a chair. So yeah, a lot of leering. And you got to break into the house. You got to learn how to like pick a lock if you're going to go through the door, or maybe like a sliding door. Because nobody's going to be dumb enough in this one to leave a window open. They'll probably got them taped and stuff too. So that's a pain in the ass. So you got to learn how to pick a lock, which I don't want to do either. And then then you got to get in the house, keep them quiet, while you do that thing that brings you a joy no man will know, It's just a lot of work, really, to go on a soul-crushing, mind-altering, murder spree. Just maybe one day it'll appeal to me, but right now it just So there you go. It was all a joke. I do have a list, but more than likely it'll probably. It's never going to happen. Anyway, on to the main event of today's show, which is, of course, cartoons I want to have a 3 with Wednesday.
Well, it's cartoons I want to have a 3-way with. Yeah.
Today's cartoon character anyway, I'm going to go back to, I'm not going to go back, I'm going to pick a character that's a contemporary character, most of you will probably know, pretty obvious too, which character that's going to be, especially when I announce her. That, of course, is today's character, Lois Griffin.
What is it, Lois? I was watching... Oh, Lois, what the hell are you doing?
Do me, Peter. Do me right here in the basement.
You mean this room we're in, or your bum?
No, this room, Peter. Right here on the carpet.
Oh, so you mean the front?
Just get over here and kiss me. Let's have sex on all the clean, folded laundry.
Well, Lois, I gotta say, I like this new you. I like it a lot.
Yes, Lois Griffin. Lois Griffin, of course, is the matriarch of the Griffin family on the TV show Family Guy, one of my favorite shows. Lois Griffin is written purposely, I think, to be a average guy's wet dream. Not the way she's drawn, but just the personality of the character. They lead you to believe she's a slight nymphomaniac, bit of a hooer, if you will. She has indeed slept with all of Kiss, if I remember correctly. She's your pretty much every guy's housewife MILF fantasy, really. She's at one point attempted to rape Peter Griffin a number of times when he's went crazy with different, especially when he tried to be to reclaim his virginity. She basically raped him in one episode. She's one of those people that will tell you when she wants it, which I think a lot of guys are for, by the way. women that are aggressive like that. And it's a good show too, so that kind of helps. That you want to watch the show and you get a load of her while you're watching the show. If you're wondering, I actually have a very horrific sense of humor. You've probably noticed this from some of the. I don't think I've opened it up completely yet. A little bit here and there, but Family Guy kind of hits that funny bone. Know this about me personally. I believe that there's no subject on the planet that can't be made fun of. I think the good Lord, if you believe in the good Lord, gave humans a sense of humor to deal with the world we live in. The world we live in is a fucking horror show, if you haven't noticed. People getting their heads sawed off in the Middle East. In Africa, you have fucking people getting slaughtered. But I mean, there's tons and tons of horror all over the world, and we get to deal with all of it. Especially now in a connected world with the internet. Whenever there's a mass murder in Africa somewhere, we all hear about it. The crazy shit that happens in this country alone. Crazy man walks into a gay bar and just starts opening fire. How do you cope with that? Myself, I just think, wow, that guy must have really hated fags. Horrible statement. I understand that. It's a horrible statement. All right. Killing gay people is not right. It's not right. But you got to make light of it, because if you actually stop and think about it, that there's people in this world that have no problem slaughtering, 17 people just because of their sexual preference. That's a horrific thought. So you got to make fun of it. Look at my situation. I make fun of myself and my situation all the time. For instance, my brother, I used to go, for the past 6 years, I've gone on vacation with my brother and his family to a fishing lake in Minnesota. And I love it. And he mentioned doing it again this year. And my response to him was, I'm not sure if I can get that much time off from Walmart. Would you like some fries with that? I'm practicing. Which is kind of sad, but you got to make fun of it. You got to make fun of it. Anything can be made fun of to help, get over the horror of the thought. I mean, even somebody in a wheelchair with cerebral palsy wants to be made fun of a little bit just to kind of feel normal, in my opinion. So I have a terrible sense of humor, and Family Guy feeds that quite a bit. And know this, if you don't believe that any subject that comes across your desk has a little bit of humor in it that you can use to lighten the impact of it, you and I will probably never be friends, because I'm going to say some shit that's going to really offend you. Trust me. I'm good at that. So there. Back to Lois Griffin, though. I got off subject there for a second. Lois Griffin being on Family Guy is good for me because I like watching the show. Lois Griffin three ways. You got to look at it a couple of ways. The first obvious Lois Griffin free Peter, the husband, which would fulfill three pornographic categories. One, of course, sex with cartoons. We all know that's a subgenre by now. Two, of course, the three-way, male, male, female. Remember that? Spit roasting. Remember that? Okay. Male, male, female, three-way, which is another. And the third one would be, of course, a couple and a stranger having sex, which is another subgenre of porn. Now, if we threw in Brian, the dog who has the hots for Lois Griffin, which if you think about it is pretty fucking weird, that of course would fulfill still three pornographic ones. The cartoon, spit roast, and then of course bestiality, sex with a dog, which I would not do. Again, we mentioned this before with Jessica Rabbit. I'm not going there. I'm not even sure I eat her out after Brian got through going to town on her. That's just too weird. Um, so there. The female male three-way. We got some choices there because there's. Oh, I forgot Quagmire too. We can throw Quagmire in there, which would be then just two levels of porn: the cartoon character and then the to say the three-way. Stranger three-ways aren't really a subgenre because let's face it, most three-ways are just strangers. Giggity, giggity, giggity. We could probably throw Cleveland in and do interracial. So, with Lois and the Family Guy, there's a ton of porn subgenres we could just plow through. No pun intended. I'm not going to mention Stewie because you don't have sex with kids. You just don't. That's just a rule. No sex with the kids. I don't care what his accent is or how large his vocabulary. If he's below the age of 18, you just don't do that. I shouldn't have to tell you that, by the way. So no Stewie in this. And I've seen Stewie porn. It's wrong. Anyway, what's more wrong? The fact they make Stewie porn or the fact that I've seen it? You decide for yourself. Anyway, the female-male three-way porn would have had to, of course, there's plenty of choices. There's Lois's mom, which would be, of course, the daughter-mother three-way porn, which, again, cartoon characters, female-male three-way, and then, of course, mother three-way. And she'd be a MILF, so technically we could add a fourth category to even the male-female, the spit roast three-way. So technically she's a MILF. She is a MILF. There's also the daughter, Meg. I think Meg is, if she's still in high school, you don't do it. I don't care. It's not right. Same with the son. We're going to throw all the kids out. All right? No kid fucking in this scenario. We got Lois's mom. The next door neighbor, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. She's married to the not paraplegic police officer. Joe's wife, I can't remember her name. The lady who does her voice is kind of hot too, by the way. I can't remember her name. Brain fart. So that would be fine. That'd be neighbors. That'd be two MILF three-way, which is another subgenre. Although I'm 40, so I'm not quite sure it would be a cougar three-way. Probably not. But you got options there. I thought about bringing other Family Guy female characters, and I probably won't. I'll probably just stick with Lois, and we'll be done with Lois. But she's definitely a character that deserves a lot of Lois porn, a lot of Family Guy porn, live action and animated. I think for a couple, kind of like there's no Marge Simpson, by the way, coming up in this series, just so you know. And there's a lot of Simpsons porn too, and I think it's because the characters are simple to draw, and they're well known in today's society. A lot of Family Guy porn, live action and cartoon based. Not all of it respectful. Some involving children. But I think Lois Griffin needs to be honored as being one of the hot cartoon characters of our generation. And she's a character, a cartoon character, that I have a three-way with. There you go. Well, that's Wednesday. Not a whole lot's going on today. I've been in contact with some companies, sending my resume back and forth, hopefully to get an opportunity to get a job interview with them, to amaze them with my repartee, my verbiage, if you will. So we'll see what happens. That's all I got for now. This is a good one, like 25 minutes, maybe a half an hour video. This one may take a while to upload, actually, maybe an hour or two, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to get to editing. I've also been asked in emails how I do this, what you're watching right now, how much it took for me to spend to do. Most of what you're seeing here is all free. There is a YouTube program. I'm not a big fan of using online programs, but there is a free program from Microsoft if you have Windows 7 or higher. I'll show it to you and explain to you one of these. Maybe I'll do it Friday. How I do what I do. I haven't spent a whole lot of money doing this. Most of the money I spent years ago. The computer I use is an older computer. It's not a powerful computer at the least. It's not a Mac either. It's a PC. And I can show you how I do what I do. So if you want to start making your own video, if you got an iPhone, like I've got, this is just an iPhone 6 that I'm doing this on. Any phone with a camera that can upload videos to a PC, and you can do what I do, which probably isn't a big endorsement for it, but you get the idea. But yeah, I'd be happy to show you folks how I do what I do. Recording yourself playing music, that's expensive, unless you got a Mac. Mac has some software built into it. But for a PC, recording yourself playing music can be expensive. I spent my money while I was employed, so it didn't bother me when I did it. 3, 2, 1. Minor camera explosion. You probably got a jump cut right there. But like I said, recording yourself is not a terrible thing to do, and putting it musically wise, a little more expensive, mostly for the amp modeling, but we'll talk about that later. That's Wednesday. You all have a good day. I'm going to call this one a video, and I will talk to you soon.